Heritage Gardens Cemetery Tour. I am your tour guide, Madame Barbarella. Today, you will be privileged to learn the history of this beautiful yet enchanted garden. Some people believe stories that the garden is haunted. I'm here to tell you that those stories are nothing but legends and myths and folklore, pure lies. The tour should take 30 minutes. Stay close to me. Stay on the path. Do not wander. There's no knowing what might be lurking in the shadows. Follow me.
Oil the gate. And where the street? Open the gate.
Who dares trespass upon my land?
He took us.
Be gone, and quickly.
I apologize. I didn't know that anyone lived here. Who are you?
I am Evanora, and this is my land. You are not welcome here.
Your land? I'm sorry. I thought the garden belonged to the people of Costa del Sol.
You fool. This land belonged to my ancestors over 350 years ago. They lived here in peace until that puny old sheriff Lockhart in 1885 accused my great-great-great-grandmother of being a witch.
Was she?
Yes, but that's not the point. She was accused of placing a curse upon the entire town.
Curse? Well, did she?
Yes, but that's not the point. That sheriff, old Bart, locked my great-grandmother away. Threw away the key. She rotted in jail until she died before lifting the curse.
What was the curse?
That all those who lived and died in this small town would remain trapped here forever! Which is what will happen exactly to you if you continue to trespass upon my land. You see, the sheriff tore down my family's property and eventually built a cemetery here. The land changed hands many times, and Costa del Sol acquired the property. They removed the headstones, but they didn't remove the bodies. The souls of those who have been buried here roam the land still. So, if you choose to continue, enter at your own risk. But mark my words. Respect the garden's harmony. Leave nothing but serenity. Defy my rules, and you shall be trapped here forever. Follow them, and freedom you shall see. Now go!
Come on, guys. Oh, wait. Looks like we're being summoned. Let's hurry up before she sees us. Who are you guys?
We are the guardians of the Court of Ethereal Gardens. We have put a web of protection over all of you. We know that Evanora put a spell on you, but we will protect you. I am Lithari, the fairy of peace and tranquility. And this is Luna, the fairy of harmony and melody. And this is Aria, the fairy of joy and happiness. We sense your sorrow. Let our garden's magic soothe your soul.
Sue Henninger. Are you afraid of?
Yeah, I think so. Looks like so.
Whenever sorrow shadows fall, return to our fairy garden wall. Our whispers will guide you. Our wings will enfold you. Our song will protect you where you go.
What was that?
We have woven a tapestry of protection over all of you. As you go forth, you will see spirits that just want to share their stories. Have no fear. They will just want to enlighten you.
Oh, thank you so much, fairies. Okay, guys, looks like we're protected, so I guess we can continue. Just follow me out the way we came. One fateful morning, as the sun set behind the gardens, Brother Cato's life slipped away, his body surrendering to the gentle embrace of death. Yet his spirit remained, forever tied to the Zen garden that he loved. Come closer. Visitors to the garden report seeing the ghostly figure of Brother Cato, his eyes closed in eternal meditation, his presence radiating an aura of peace. Some claim to hear the soft whisper of his voice, sharing ancient wisdom and guiding them toward enlightenment. Let's see.
Arigato! Ondo! Toyoto! I am the gatekeeper of the veil between the living and the dead. And even though I see a light protecting you, I will read your aura and offer you words of wisdom before you cross the veil onto the other side. Never give up on your dreams unless they are impossible.
Okay.
The path that you will be taking is right under your feet. You can do anything that you can do. If your failures are not your fault, then you are lying to yourself. Stop procrastinating, or you can start tomorrow. You are going to die of a terrible accident.
Oh, my.
Or something else.
Oh, okay. What?
My aura is starting to poop out. So be on your way. But before you leave, let me leave you with one last thought. To truly find yourself, one must play hide and seek alone.
Words of wisdom.
Be on your way.
We will leave him in peace now.
Ronco, muy poquito.
In the rolling hills of the countryside, a beautiful damsel named Sophia found herself in a precarious predicament. The nefarious and cunning villain Malachi had tied her to the railroad tracks, cackling maniacally as he revealed his sinister plan.
Sophia, you shall never escape. Your demise will be the Midnight Express.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
We're miles from anyone hearing you. Besides, the last sound you will hear is dynamite and twisted metal.
Ooh, hey, boo! As the clock struck 2, Sophia's hopes began to dwindle. But little did Malachi know that a chivalrous hero, Ryder, had been tracking his every move. With his trusty steed Galahad, Ryder galloped towards the railroad, his heart pounding with urgency.
Over my dead body!
Release her, you fool!
As the Midnight Express roared around the bend, Ryder leapt into action. The villain, enraged by Ryder's interference, engaged him in a fierce duel.
Whoa!
distracted by their own hatred for each other. Unfortunately, they did not hear the train, nor Sophia's cries. The train barreled down the track, picked up speed, and as it approached the dynamite and their victim. As you can imagine, it was not a happy ending for these three souls, who are now destined to relive their tragic ending for all eternity.
When Bad News Bonnie bounced into town, you could bet she was bound to burglarize the bank. Sheriff Lockhart banished Bad News Bonnie years ago, but she was hell-bent on breaking into the bank's vault. You better believe that one day Bad News Bonnie would blow up the big bolted vault doors with a bang of dynamite. Boom! Bad News Bonnie grabbed what she could and bolted from the bank. But Sheriff Lockhart was waiting for her in the clearing.
You stop right there, Bad News Bonnie. You ain't going nowhere.
Oh. What you gonna do? Shoot me right here in front of all these people? I'm an unarmed woman.
Well, I'll tell you what. Never let it be said that Sheriff Lockhart is unfair to an unarmed woman. So you put them bags down with the money in them. You draw your weapon and we'll go back to back and I'll give you 10 paces before I shoot.
You ain't got it in you. Ooh. Everyone knows Sheriff Lockhart is a yellow-bellied coward.
Will Bonnie drop the money? Will the sheriff have the courage to shoot? Will Bonnie spend the next 30 years behind bars?
Will you stop your gabbing and get on with the story?
Bonnie slowly lowered the money bags and drew her weapon.
Okay, back to back. Any last wishes?
It's a beautiful day. I don't feel like dying today.
Well, it is a beautiful day, Bonnie, and I don't feel like killing you, but are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, remember, count to 10 now. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Both Sheriff Lockhart and Bad News Bonnie broke their word and bit the bullet together.
Sheriff Lockhart.
Well, folks, we're about halfway through our tour. I think this is a good time to answer any questions you may have. Yes, in the back. Well, this is the Heritage Garden, and you're in the middle of my spectacular garden tour.
Our spectacular.
Right. Who are you?
Mary Saunders.
Well, Mary, what are you doing here?
I was hiking on the Oso Trail and it was beginning to get dark. I heard a report on my transistor radio that there was a mountain lion in the area. So I started heading back to my campsite. The next thing I know, I'm over here.
Well, you're welcome to join the tour.
No, thank you. I need to get back to my camp. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I think my camp is just a little bit further this way. Nice meeting you, though.
Bye. Oh, dear. Did she say her name was Mary Saunders? Do you guys remember the story back in 1987 about a woman who was hiking on the Oso Trail and she was reported missing for 3 days? They sent a search party looking for her, and when they found her camp, it was torn apart by what was believed to be mountain lions. Mary was never found. Could it be that her spirit is still lost and looking for her way back home? Oh, poor Mary. Well, let's continue, people. The Mission Saloon was a popular watering hole for the townspeople. Everyone loved the friendly barkeep Mo.
He poured generously and charged lightly. The liquor flowed freely and the mood was always carefree. At any given night, you might find several women cozying up to the bar, trying to steal a flirtatious moment with Mo, the town's most eligible bachelor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next round's on me! Woo!
It didn't matter your age, your race, or your status. When you came to the Mission Saloon, you were family. The music was loud and the crowd was louder, which is why they didn't hear the explosion from the train tracks just a couple of miles away. You see, Mo had just received a big shipment of spirits for Deputy Ryder's wedding to Sheriff Lockhart's daughter.
Once a month, the train would come in and deliver a shipment of booze to Mo. The train had just pulled out of the station and was making its way back to New York. On that fateful night, when Malachi had Sophia tied to the track and was dueling with her fiancé, Deputy Ryder, the train detonated the dynamite, causing a huge explosion and a fire that could be seen for miles.
Embers from the fire were carried by the wind and made their way into Mo's saloon, immediately igniting his surplus of alcohol. Oh my goodness! Within seconds, the entire saloon was in flame and no one had a chance to escape. The patrons of the saloon, due to Mo's generosity, were too heavily inebriated to realize the danger they were in.
They passed quickly and never felt a thing. Their last moments were spent enjoying their spirits
as they became spirits themselves.
Mr. Barkman was the devoted caretaker of the Heritage Garden in Mission Viejo. For years, he tended to the gardens with love and dedication. He knew every path, every tree, and every rock like the back of his hand. His daily routine consisted of walking the winding paths, enjoying the serenity of the gardens. Every day at noon, he took a nap on this very bench. One day, visitors found Mr. Barkman sitting on his favorite bench. At first, they thought he was just taking a nap. But as they approached, they realized that he had passed away. His body at peace, surrounded by the beauty he had nurtured for so long. The gardeners and visitors were heartbroken, so they decided to honor Mr. Barkman's legacy by burying him beneath his favorite tree. As the years went by, something remarkable happened. The spirit of Mr. Barkman seemed to enter the tree, and his face began to take shape on the bark. At first, it was just a faint outline, but as the seasons passed, the features became more defined. His kind eyes, his warm smile, and even his gentle wrinkles seemed to emerge from the tree's surface. Mr. Barkman's love for the garden had become one with the tree itself. To this day, visitors even swear they've seen his ghostly figure walking the paths, tending to the plants, and ensuring the gardens remain as beautiful as they were during his lifetime. You might even catch a glimpse of his gentle face, reminding you that love and dedication can transcend even death itself. Emma and Jack, destined to be together forever. They met by chance on a sunny afternoon, strolling through a breathtaking garden filled with vibrant flowers and towering trees. Their eyes locked and hearts entwined as they sat on a serene bench, sheltered by the gentle shade of the nearby pine. Their love blossomed, and the bench became their sacred haven. Every Friday afternoon, they'd spend hours whispering sweet nothings, sharing dreams, and cherishing each other's company. The garden witnessed their laughter, tears, and countless moments of joy. They wanted a life together, but their families were at feud with one another, and their love was forbidden. He knew her family would never accept him because he came from the wrong side of the tracks. The bench remained their secret retreat. One evening, Jack proposed that Emma run away with him and elope, and she agreed, and they planned to meet at the bench the following Friday. Emma packed her suitcase and snuck out to begin the best years of her life with her soulmate. She sat and waited. Hours she waited. Unbeknownst to Emma, a cruel act of fate had intervened. While he was hurriedly crossing the tracks, a cargo train carrying liquor to a local saloon struck Jack. Emma kept her suitcase packed and returned to their bench every Friday afternoon, waiting for her love to come for her. Time passed as Emma grew old and alone. Eventually, she died of a broken heart. On the very day of her passing, her spirit returned to the bench where she was reunited with her soulmate at last. The nearby tree's branches gently swayed as if blessing their eternal love. Emma and Jack's legendary love story became a testament to the transformative power of true devotion, inspiring generations to come. In the garden, their bench remains, a symbol of eternal love, beneath the watchful gaze of the lovely trees, where two souls become one, forever and always. That concludes our tour. We hope you enjoyed the beautiful garden and the stories that live here.
We had no idea that this garden was haunted, and so we were as surprised as you.
We really apologize.
Yes, but if you enjoyed it, that's great, and if you didn't, there's no refund.
I see my rules you did heed. So freedom you shall see. I have a little treat for you to enjoy. To all of you, from me. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Happy Dawn.
That's very kind of
Get out. Scram. Skedaddle.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that you had as much fun and learned some cool stuff about the garden. Happy Halloween. Follow me as I escort you out.
Really enjoy that.
Your umbrellas.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Enjoyed it? Yeah.